Hello and welcome to my room. What a lovely day it is. My name is Sam and I am here to talk to you guys about the parable of the persistent widow. So let's start by me reading this. This is Luke 18, 1-8. So, then Jesus told his disciples a parable to show them that they should always pray and not give up. And there you go, that's me done. That's all you need to know really. No, come on. So verse 2, he said, in a certain town there was a judge who neither feared God nor cared what people thought. And there was a widow in that town who kept coming to him with the plea, grant me justice against my adversary. For some time he refused, but finally he said to himself, even though I don't fear God or care what people think, yet because this widow keeps bothering me, I will see that she gets justice, so that she won't eventually come and attack me. That's a pretty good reason, to grant someone their wish, so you're not attacked. And the Lord said, listen to what the unjust judge says. And will not God bring about justice for his chosen ones, who cry out to him day and night? Will he keep putting them off? I tell you, he will see that they get justice, and quickly. However, when the Son of Man comes, will he find faith on earth? And initially, from reading other people's commentaries, I got that this is about prayer, perseverance, and patience, not just prayer. Those kind of three things really together. Praying into something, persevering with that prayer, being patient with that prayer. One thing I think we need to acknowledge though at the start of this is that the thing you're praying for, you know exactly what it is, and that this is something which actually almost should be answered, like there's an expectation there which is almost allowed that this could be answered. And that's why you're being patient, and that's why you're being and that's why you're persevering. So you do hear sometimes that people will pray to God for something, and they're like, oh, God hasn't answered my prayer, but God has answered the prayer, but just not in the way they expect. I don't think that's this kind of scenario. I think the woman knew exactly what she needed and was right to ask for that, a time where there's not justice, and it's maybe something like a loved one, you want to see them saved. To pray for that patiently with perseverance, with the expectation that that's going to be answered, is good and right, I think. And I think God would be okay with that idea in your head, like you want that to be answered and expect it. And I think God wants that. So I think that's what we're talking about here, something specific really. And then with that prayer, having that perseverance and patience in a time where you can get anything you want. You can get any loan, you can get a car without having to save up money. These are stuff which is really good that we start to practice more of. From that as well, I think God does this comparison between him and an unjust judge. So the unjust judge grants this, and if we think God is all perfect, all amazing, well, imagine what he's going to do then. Of course he's going to answer it. And this then goes into, what do we think about God? What is the image of God in our head, and what do we see? Through what lens do we see God? And maybe that's something we need to kind of change and work on and look at. Because if God is amazing and love and all powerful, and it's got our best interests at heart, are we really believing that and seeing that? Because that will determine whether we have enough faith as well in this. And then, interestingly though, and it's sometimes hard for people, God is probably incomparable, because for a lot of people in life, they may have gone through situations with different people where they've been hurt, they're struggling to trust, they're struggling to have faith, and therefore, when you've got someone who is perfect, won't let you down, that's almost unimaginable, and that's something that sometimes you need to kind of work through with the support of your friends. So again, how are we seeing God in all this? And the last bit I think I want to kind of bring out of this is this idea that God meets his part of the bargain. He will answer it. in the right time. And when that time comes about, so he's meeting that part of the bargain. Are we going to be ours? And our part of the bargain is, do we really want it enough? Do we really want this prayer answered enough? Are we willing to, week in, week out, day in, day out, pray consistently for this, wholeheartedly? Are we going to do that year after year after year, however long it takes? How much do you want this? And then again, that's something we can look at and focus on in our own lives. So that's me done. Hopefully you've got something out of this. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. And hopefully we've both learned more about the parable of the persistent widow.